How do you deal with consistency for older digitized original content to the end user? How do services deal with that lack of consistency or try to improve the quality of that older digitized content?
And I'll add even adding 4x3 content, because it's amazing to me. I think Disney recently launched, I think, Dinosaurs, which was something from my child. And when I went to watch it, of course, it's in 4x3 aspect, which is the only way that you really should watch it. So that's a really good question, Eric. CJ, Ian, I'm going to open that up to you. How do you sort of balance that piece of really high quality and then nominal quality, because the source content itself may not have been the best?
There's three things, and if I lose track of the third thread in my head, someone please remind me. First is obviously upresing or remastering. We prefer remastering to upresing always. If you could imagine just sort of a brute force, everything looks better, but we stretched the 4:3 so it fit a 16:9 and weren't so mindful about what we might have cropped. The Simpsons had a sort of headline Twitter storm worthy moment around upresing versus remastering. So we do remaster select titles for the platform to make sure people can experience it in all of its premium glory. That said, remastering isn't right for everything. The Fresh Prince, for instance, like just watch it in 4:3, it feels great that way. So again, managing expectations from a user experience perspective, making sure the badging and the sort of messaging around what this person is going to get from the asset details perspective is very clear. So when they click play, there's no shock and annoyance based off of a misalignment between expectation and reality. And then I think the third thing is things we can do on our side. This wasn't exactly the question, but I think it's germane and relevant as well. When you think about any of your extra content, behind the scenes, previously on, next on, your occasional promo, ensuring that the quality of all of those sort of sidecars that are going to be playlisted or stitched on to the actual content, A, prevents your player from having to do gymnastics to flip back and forth, and B, also prevents your user from sort of like quality whiplash and seeing, a promo in 1080, but then all of a sudden the content starts up in 4K. So making sure all of those things are lined up with great messaging so you know what you're going to get. And of course, as far upstream as possible, doing the remaster or a cautious upres where appropriate, I think are the three tools that we use at HBO Max to make sure people are getting the best that they can in that moment.